Good morning. Guys, it's the second to last day. Can you even believe that? Like, we've stitched all of this together. Like, I just think that's wild. So this is what we have so far. Today we're just going to do a nice, easy day. A lot of people haven't finished the stepping stones or filling in some of the greenery. So it's just going to be a super easy day with a nice little satin stitch to fill these in. I'm going to let you choose the way you do your satin stitch. So you can do it like this one. Here. Also, I took all my nails off yesterday. You guys, I've got a story. Oh, real quick. So I've obviously got this blister, yeah? And I don't have the Band-Aid on today because I'm trying to let it heal. What happened was I put on a Compeed. Do you know what the Compeed things are? They're like a poofy. They look like this. And you're meant to put them like on your ankles, and they're like really thick, okay? And they come in like this shape as well. So I put a Compeed on because I was like, oh, what I can do is put the Compeed on, right, to protect my blister, and then put my fingers in the acetone to take the nails off, yeah? Because I do the Dipwell nails, so they have to soak for like maybe 10 minutes. So this is what I have. That's from it almost breaking, and that's actually the same color, the color that I have on there. Anyways, what happened was the Compeed dissolved in the acetone. So all over my fingers here and all over my hands was sticky like glue. It was a freaking disaster. So I had it all over my hands. It was basically just dissolving except for right here because this was like the thickest part. So I took about 35 minutes last night picking off all of this. Oh, it was terrible. But you know what? My blister didn't sting. So there you go. So that's what I've got to do today is to put some new nails on. Okay, so we're going to do a really easy satin stitch for the other side. But as you know, there's 3 ways that we've done them. So the first way is to make them all parallel like this and just fill them in to the shape. Yeah. The second way is to make them smooth like this and make some of your stitches go only 1/3 of the way down. Sorry, 3/4 of the way down. And then cover up the other little bit with your next stitch so it makes like a fan. Yeah. And the third way is by using more of a straight stitch, and we did it on this day. And you go all through the same hole at the bottom. Like this and this. Yeah, so you can choose whichever way that was your favorite, whichever way that you like. Okay? I'm going to use all 6 strands. It's quite a big leaf. I'm just going to use one color today because tomorrow for Details Day, it's going to be a little bit longer. And we can add some details to it on Details Day if you want. Or if we have time today, then maybe we can do it today. So here we go. This is color number 3815. I really like this color. And for this one, I'm going to start at the bottom here. And obviously this is a little bit more wide, these leaves down here at the bottom, than they are at the top. But also because it's tucked behind this flower, the actual point is like down here. So here you're just going to have a lot of nice straight stitches. And if you need to do the lines on these ones, then going on with this? Then of course do the lines. That's absolutely fine. Just seems a bit like wobbly, doesn't it? But I find that just by doing the straight line like this, you know, like we did with the house to make a straight line. You can't see, but I'm showing you here how we did like this to find where to put the other end. You can do that with the satin stitch as well. And then for these down here, you're gonna really tuck them up underneath the stitching of this. So this time we're not going straight down. So a lot of times I do say, make sure you go straight down, especially like for the house, or if you wanna have like a nice precise line. But for these, you're gonna really tuck them down up under there. So angle your needle and really tuck it in there like that. Yeah? I know we've done this before, and satin stitch is something that I always say this, but either you love it or you hate it. Most people who don't like it is because they just haven't quite got the hang of how thick the thread is that they're using. So they're not quite sure how far away to put each of their stitches. So they tend to either go really close or too far away, which needs more stitches to fill in the same area. Hi, Tori, can you recommend a hoop stand? So I got mine at a charity shop for £5. So I actually can't because I've only used the one that I have. I know Hawthorne Handmade makes them. They are in America though, so I'm not sure if they're doing international shipping. You can check Cloudcraft. I haven't checked them for hoop stands, but I know that they are still shipping if they have them. And you can check someplace called Cats. Are you in the state? Are you in England? That's the question I should have asked first, but didn't. I think you are, aren't you? Maybe not. Australia. Okay. I actually don't have any suggestions for Australia. I'm really sorry. I mean, you can check. Oh, they might be actually. I'll have to check again. I'm getting all my shops mixed up because in the last week I've literally gone to every single shop looking for embroidery hoops or yeah, they might be British actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I know Cloudcraft are British. But yeah, getting any bulk hoops, like you can get 1 or 2 is fine. But if you want to order like 50, oh my gosh, it's like back in March when everyone was hoarding toilet paper. That's what it feels like. The quickest that I could get any hoops so far is the 17th of July. Like, what? That's not gonna work. So I've just restocked all of the kits, and then I've had to unstock 2 of them because I can't get any 5-inch hoops for them. So that's fun times. Don't get me wrong, there are some, but they're quite expensive. They're like, you know, £3 or £4 for, or even $2.50 maybe for one, when normally I can get them on wholesale, which is why the kits can be a little bit cheaper, you know? Almost out of thread already. Just a nice, easy peasy day today. So let's see here. What was your favorite part of the stitch along so far? Normally I ask these like kinds of questions in the survey. So there'll be a survey tomorrow. I'm just finalizing it today. And then at the end of the survey, there will be a coupon code that you can use for kits, patterns, or the next stitch along. And I'm also planning the next stitch along. So we'll see what happens with that. Some people were saying in messages that they really want to do, like, start it in June, like June 1st. And I'm like, that's like in 10 days. Oh, it's not very long to like design one and then tell everyone about it and then have people join and be able to like order some stuff, you know? So we'll see. We'll see when I can do it. But a lot of people really want another one. So I'm not saying no. I'm just saying I don't know when to start it, you know? All right. So all of it, learning how to stitch the house. Really enjoyed the roof, fishbone stitch, the roof of the house. Count me in. Yes, Alice. Yeah, I really like the house on this one. I'm not going to lie. And I feel like we did some difficult stitches as well. Not necessarily difficult, but they were labor intensive. So that was nice, like for everyone to do it, to do that and like, you know, be successful in it because everybody's houses came out so nice. Okay, let's go up here. I'm really loving the straight stitch for long leaves like this. It makes it look like it's like one long stitch, but it's not. Did I already talk to you about the bullion knot? Someone asked me if I could do that the other day in my messages. And it looks like little worms to me. I can't do it. They really freak me out. I should probably put it somewhere just to like, you know, just to like show people how to do it. But oh my gosh, they freak me out so much. I don't know what it is about that, but ugh. I think it's just the way that my hoop is angled or something, but it feels like it's gonna like fall off of here. What is that deal? Just how I can do a long straight bullion knot, but I can't do the circle ones to save myself. Yeah, I don't know what it is about them, but like especially when they are like arranged like in a rows, you know, and that's what it is. Alice says, I just Googled and bouillon looks like little tiny maggots. That's what it is. They really creep me out. They're like little worms. They do look like little maggots, but they look so pretty in some people's work. And I know that I've had a lot of requests to do that, to teach that stitch, because they do look nice when other people do them, but I'm just, I can't do it. Oh, I need to conquer my fear, don't I? Suck it up. Just suck it up and do it. Okay, let's flip this over and do another knot here. With 6 strands, if it's short like this, I tend to just separate it in however many and however many. So not necessarily always 3 and 3. Sometimes I get 4 and 2, or even 5 and 1. And just do a couple knots, snip off the end, good to go. Just a little bit more. Yeah, so I've got a whole list of like a just the stitch series. And before, when I recorded them back in the beginning of April, I just recorded them by myself. So it's just like you staring at a blank hoop and me saying, oh, here's how you do this, and blah, 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 blah. And you can use this stitch for this and this and this and this. But what I might do is come back on Instagram stories, the live, every once in a while, and do a super easy peasy stitch then, because now you can save them to your IGTV and then save them directly to your phone, which before you couldn't save them to IGTV directly from your phone. You had to upload them separately. So I might do, like, they have this new series button. Have you seen it? Where you can see if a video is part of a series or not. So like if this is your screen, what you're looking at, up here, it will say series or part of a series. So if you see me pop on in the next couple days and you want to learn some really basic stitches, which we've already learned in the Stitchalong, then come and join me. I think it'll be great because some people buy the patterns, and if you go to my YouTube, you can see all the stitches and you can see all of the Stitchalongs and stuff. I don't actually have a plain video that says just satin stitch. Here's how to do it, you know? They're like Cozy Cottage Stitchalong, day 15, satin stitch. So I'm trying to make it so that people who are new to embroidery can come and see exactly, you know, and I can save it as a playlist on there, on Instagram TV, IGTV, and on YouTube. So it can be like a basic stitch beginner tutorial type situation. So I think that will be fun. I'm almost done today. What was that noise? The other day, David was putting away, we got these ice cubes, and they're like this big. You can't even tell from, like, they're like this big in the glass. They're so huge. And there's 4 containers, and you fill up the bottom, and then you put the silicone top on, and it makes a ball of ice. They're amazing. So the other day, David was filling one and putting it back in the freezer. And he accidentally pushed the super freeze button. And it made our freezer go down to like minus 25 degrees Celsius. Like everything's going to be real frozen. All right. So that's pretty much it for today. As always, I like to go back and make sure that all of my leaves are the right shape and none of them are looking rectangular. Because sometimes with the satin stitch, especially for things that are video will play after ad. Learn how to brighten your whites. Anyways, sometimes when you're doing the satin stitch and it's a shape that's round on the sides like this, or even round on the top and then down like a teardrop, it can kind of look a little bit rectangular, especially on the sides. They can kind of go like that, where you want them to be more of a round shape. So this here is a good example. This looks like it's a straight up. So I'm just gonna add another one that's a little bit lower on each side and going down into these stitches here, this last stitch hole, and that way it will round out the shape of it a little bit on this one as well. So that's top tip. So yeah, so tomorrow is going to be details day. What we'll do for details day is I'll show you a bunch of little things that you can add for your details. I'll try not to go on and on and on and on, but you know what I'm like, so no promises there. And then I'll show you how I back the back of the hoop and how I take all this extra fabric here and cinch it up behind. There's lots of different ways to back your hoops, so if you feel like you don't like the way that I do it, that's absolutely fine. Don't stress out. Just do it the way that you normally do it, you know, that you're used to. Mine is pretty simple, the way that I do mine on the back, and that's because if you ever want to take it out of the hoop, reuse the hoop for something else, or if your embroidery gets dirty, or if you spill something on it, or if it falls off a bookshelf on the floor or something like that and gets dusty, you'll be able to take the fabric out of the hoop and then do whatever you need to do with it. If you need to like spot wash it or something like that. I've had a couple of times where, I've like spot washed my hoop whilst it was still in the embroidery hoop, and the wood actually like bled onto the fabric. So that wasn't nice. So just be careful about washing your hoops or putting water on your hoops whilst they're still in the hoop. You know, you really don't want to do that. So there we go. This is what we've got. Obviously, I have more work to do on mine, so I will try and finish it today for you so that I can show you how to close it and everything. Tomorrow, I might have to close a smaller one just to show you, because the 8-inch hoops, this is an 8-inch hoops. This is an 8-inch hoop. The 8-inch hoops are really big, and the way that I do it is you do a stitch all the way around the outside and then you cinch it together. So if I do a smaller one, then I'm sorry, do your big one, yeah? So we'll do all kinds of little details, and hopefully tomorrow I'll have all of these finished. So these 2 leaves, these little bits here. I did say I wanted to add a little bit more grass going up here on the sides, so that it's the same, how this is all filled in. I want this to be a little bit more filled in. So there we are. I hope you have a lovely Thursday. Thursday already, guys. Be sure to go to the Barmy Fox SAL hashtag, like and comment on some other people's work. And be sure to tag me at the Barmy Fox. Make sure it gets that line underneath of it in your stories, and I will repost. The 2 new kits will be up today. If you forgot what those are, it's this one and this one. So we'll do a limited amount of each. So if you want one, grab it because they probably won't be back anymore. There's about 20 of each one. 20 of this one, 20 of this one. So if you're interested, grab one, and hopefully they'll ship today or tomorrow. And that's it. So enjoy your day. It's meant to be really nice today here in England. So hopefully this afternoon I can go outside and read my book for a little bit. And yeah, just have a nice day. Bye.